Now, the British people sent a clear message in the referendum. There can be no question that recent levels of immigration motivated a large part of the vote. But concerns about immigration did not just spring out of nowhere. 20 years ago, levels of immigration weren't really an issue in British politics. As net migration has risen, that has changed. I've seen why, as a Member of Parliament for the beautiful towns of Hastings and Rye. Thank you, Hastings. Hastings is a seaside town that has experienced relatively high level of migration over the past 2 decades. That's led to legitimate concerns around the pressures put on housing, public services and wages. The Prime Minister recognised this and took action to reduce net migration in the areas she could when she was in my position. And now, as Home Secretary, it is my responsibility to do the same and to make sure people's concerns are addressed. As you know, the Conservative Party was elected on a manifesto commitment to reduce net migration to sustainable levels. That means tens of thousands, not the hundreds of thousands. And my commitment to you today is that I'll be working with colleagues across government to deliver this. But I am also here to level with you, Conference. This will not happen overnight. Leaving the EU is just one part of the strategy. We have to look at all sources of immigration if we mean business. Now, a lot has improved since 2010, from annual net migration under Labour rocketing almost 5-fold. The Conservative-led coalition stopped 875 bogus colleges bringing in overseas students, tackled abuse of student visas, and reformed the family system. And I would like to recognise my predecessor's actions in driving these changes through. Since then, she has been freed from the shackles of the coalition. Without Nick Clegg and Vince Cable there to hold her back, she passed new Conservative legislation to make sure that immigrants heading to these shores are going to make a positive contribution. And my job is to press on with implementing this legislation. So today I'm announcing that from December, landlords that knowingly rent out property to people who have no right to be here will be committing a criminal offence. They could go to prison. Furthermore, from December, immigration checks will be a mandatory requirement for those wanting to get a licence to drive a taxi. And from next autumn, banks will have to do regular checks to ensure they are not providing essential banking services to illegal migrants.